What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you guys saw based off the title, today I'm going to be talking all about my sorority recruitment experience at TCU. This video is very overdue and I'm not sure how I haven't talked about it yet on my channel, but I thought that this was good timing because people are starting to prepare for Rush and starting to get excited about it. I am crossing my fingers it's in August. I don't know if that's naive of me to hope for, but anyways, I am just going to walk you through my experience from the very first night where we had a meeting all the way until bid day. I'm just gonna walk through it as if you were with me, but I am planning on doing a whole series of recruitment videos, like how to prepare for recruitment with letters of recommendation, advice, outfits, so I thought that this would be a great video to start that all off. By the way, if you do not know what sorority recruitment is, or if you are not planning on going through this, you are going to be very confused in this video. I see comments on these types of video all the time that are like, this is the weirdest thing ever, I'm not from America, what is this? And I just want to say you are correct. This is all very weird. Sorority recruitment is very unnatural. So basically what it is sororities are Greek organizations on campus. My school has 13 and each sorority has its own values and has their own philanthropy, and recruitment is basically just a process that you go through where you find which girls you have the same values and get along with best, if that makes sense. So that's just a very brief description of what it is, but yeah, let's get into my recruitment process at TCU. And like always, I wrote it down because I had to like draw this out of my memory to remember everything that went on. Okay, so you start off by moving into your dorm room 1 week before everyone else. I'm pretty sure a lot of other schools do this, but at TCU, recruitment happens 1 week before actual school starts. So that's why you move in earlier. Pretty much just girls on campus with a few exceptions. It's really weird. You just see like a bunch of girls everywhere you go. So yeah, you move into your dorm early, you get all settled in, but the night of move-in, so you literally move in and then that night you will go to a mandatory meeting and you'll probably walk over there with people in your dorm if you've met people in group chat. So we all went to the basketball arena. I went with my roommates. We were all sophomores rushing, and let me just say I was so nervous to be a sophomore rushing. I didn't know if that was going to be like weird or what people were going to think, but it is totally fine, not weird. If you are a sophomore or even a junior, you'll be fine. But you go into the arena and you are going to feel kind of overwhelmed at first because I don't know the exact number, but there's like 1,000 girls sitting in this basketball arena and you're all just like, what have we gotten ourselves into? But it is not meant to be intimidating, and you will meet amazing girls in that arena. At this meeting, you will get assigned your row gam groups, and I think they call this different things at different schools. Your row gamma is going to be your little like recruitment counselor. She is someone that has gone through sorority recruitment and she has gone through a very lengthy interview process, and she is going to be totally disassociated from her sorority and she is neutral. She is only there to help you. Like, she will be your absolute best resource. If you are watching these videos and you feel like you still have questions and you feel like you're still confused, I can assure you your RoGam will answer all those questions. She will make everything just like so much better. She is there to like guide you through the week. So you will be assigned your RoGam and you will also get your group, and my group, I think I still have the group me. Groups are like 20 girls, I'm not really sure, but they're small and you get to know them and it's super fun. And I'm still friends with girls in my RoGam group. Katrina, if you're watching this, we were both sophomores rushing, so we bonded really quick. So you will get your groups at this meeting, you will get to know each other, and then at this meeting you will also get new member packets, which they have pretty much all the information about all the different sororities, their values, their dues, which is how much they cost, which please keep in mind, it is a financial commitment. I pay for my own dues. Definitely something to consider before going through it, but there are definitely scholarships available. I forget what else the packets have, but it also gives you room to take notes on each house after you go to them because you're probably gonna get a lot of them confused. And then at this meeting, they will also give you the 2 shirts that you need because the first 2 rounds, Panhellenic gives you the shirts that you need to wear, so you'll get those there. And by the way, this meeting feels like it lasts forever because there's speakers, there's videos you watch, so yeah, it's not anything short, but it's okay. It's good information. And then they tell you what time to come back in the morning, and you go away and you go to sleep, and then you come back and the madness begins. I say the madness, but at TCU it was actually like so well organized, so well structured, and I never really felt too overwhelmed with everything going on because they just had it worked out so well. But anyways, you come back in the morning and you find your RoGam group. Oh, and you can't bring your phone. So that's kind of weird. I was not really expecting that, but you come back in the morning without your phone. You have a little bag with your essentials in it. You don't bring it into the house, you leave it outside, which they also give you the bag. That's another thing they give you at the meeting. But anyways, I just keep remembering stuff as I'm talking. You meet with your RoGam group in the morning and they give you your schedule for the day. So the first round is 2 days long and you visit every single house. So again, at TCU there's 13 sororities, so between the 2 days you go to 6 one day and 7 the other. And yeah, they give you your schedule and you head off to your houses, and when you walk into your first house during recruitment, you are going to be like, what the heck is happening? It is a bunch of girls singing and dancing and ultimately flirting with you, and it's weird, I'm not gonna lie. Just go with it, embrace it, enjoy it. I even went through sorority recruitment my freshman year. I went through it twice and I still thought it was weird, but you learn to love it, you learn to enjoy it, and pretty soon you'll be singing and dancing along with them. And so yeah, the first day was very small talk. Where are you from? Where are you living? What's your major? All of that. It's pretty short, so you don't get too deep or anything. But since I was a transfer, I feel like I had a lot to talk about, because immediately when I said I was a transfer, that kind of comes with a story. So wherever you're from, that comes with a story. That's what you'll probably talk about. And then after your last house, I'm pretty sure you go back to the arena. You don't do anything. I think you just kind of meet. And then you go back to your dorm, you wake up, and it's the same exact thing the next day. I wore the same outfit again because you're going to different houses, so it's not like it matters. You're seeing like a new round of people, so it's the same exact thing. But at the end of the second day, that's where it gets kind of weird. You go back to the arena and you make your selections. And you put your bottom 3 houses. So your bottom 3 houses are ones that you didn't really get along with that well, ones you can't see yourself joining, and just, there's nothing wrong with these houses, it's just ones that you personally do not want to go back to. So you put your bottom 3, and then the rest of the order does not matter. So the 10 other houses, it does not matter which one you put first, it doesn't matter which one you put 10th, and you rank the bottom 3 first, second, and third. So the first, second, and third, it's like the first is the one that you like the most out of that 3, if that makes sense. You put your bottom 3, you put your top 10, and then you give them the list, and then you go back to your dorm, you go to bed, and then you wake up and you come back. And this is where nerves start to kind of build, and you kind of get like, I remember my heart would start to like race before I got my schedule back. And so you open it up and you see which houses invited you back. So this is the first day that there's been any cuts made, and it's very weird because you might get cut by a house and you might be offended, but don't worry, you are going to hear this so many times, but it works out, I promise. So best case scenario, you will have 10 houses, and the only 3 that you're not going back to are the ones that you dropped. A lot of times a house that you put on your bottom 3 will invite you back, and you'll go to that one, and you won't get a house that you put on your top 10. So yeah, this is when you find out if a house cut you. I hate the word cut because it's just really harsh and I don't like looking at it like that. You get your schedule and you will go off to your houses for the day. And this is when your Rogam group kind of breaks up because everyone has different schedules, everyone's going to different houses. But don't worry, because there are still Rogams literally everywhere helping you get to the houses, helping you with your schedule, helping you find things. Like, just because you might not be with your group does not mean that you're on your own. There are people literally everywhere helping you. Also in the second round, there's break rounds. So if you don't have a house during one of the rounds, then you do not get to go back to your dorm or do anything like that. You go to one of the dining halls, KFC on campus, and you can go eat there, you can talk with other girls, but yeah, you don't go back to your dorms during breaks. And so yeah, round 2 is also 2 days. So the first 2 rounds are going to feel very long, but at the end of the second round, you're going to go back to the basketball arena and you are going to put, hold on, I had to write this down. I'm pretty sure you put your top 6 houses. So you put your top 6, and it doesn't matter which order you put your top 6, and then the bottom 4 you're going to put in order of which one you would be most happy to go back to. And so after you put your bottom 4 houses and you put your top 6, you go back to your dorm, go to bed, you wake up, you go back to the basketball arena, you meet your group, and you get your schedule back. And I just remember, like, my heart was like, I was nervous to get my schedule back each day. I don't know, it's just such a weird feeling getting an envelope and seeing if houses cut you. I don't know. But thankfully I had a really good experience at TCU with recruitment. I cannot say the same for last year. If you guys have been following me for a while, I went through recruitment at San Diego State my freshman year, and it was not the same whatsoever. I feel like it might be interesting to do a video comparing the 2 different rush processes. So yeah, now it's round 3 and you get your schedule back, and the max amount of houses you can have is 6. And that does not guarantee that you will have 6, but that's the most amount that you could have. So this is when the rounds start to get longer and you are spending more time in the sorority houses. I had 6 houses this round, and it is a long day. Like, although you're going down in the amount of houses that you're going to them for longer amounts of time, so it's still really long days, and you still have break rounds where you can't go back to your dorms. And I haven't mentioned this yet, but it is hot out. Like, you're in Texas in the middle of August and it is so hot and you're tired and you're losing your voice. So round 3, you go off to your 6 houses for the day, whichever order that's in, and it starts to get a little bit fancier. Again, you can go watch my rush vlog if you want to see the outfits. And yeah, you just have deeper conversations and you start to realize which houses you like more. But at the end of round 3, you go back to the arena, and this was such a hard point for me because you have to go from 6 houses to 2, and that was like big for me because I honestly really liked all 6 houses that I was going to. I know that I'm super lucky to have been in that position because again, last year it was not that way whatsoever. So yeah, I felt very lucky that I loved each house that I had on my list. It was very hard to go from 6 to 2, and this is when the order that you put the houses in does matter. And it took me so long to rank them because I literally had no clue which house I wanted to be in. Like, I knew which one I wanted to be in, but the rest I was like, I don't really like care the order. So you put your first and second houses that you want in that order. As long as it's in your top 2, it doesn't matter which one goes first or second. You put your top 2, and then after that, the order matters. You put your 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th choice. After like an hour of deciding and talking to a rogam, I chose my order, and even looking back, I'm like, why did I do that order? I had no idea what I was doing, but it's okay, it worked out. So you send in your preferences, go back to your dorm, go to bed, you wake up, and it's preference round, and this is when you find out which 2 houses you have. But again, 2 is the most amount of houses you can have. You can also only have 1, which is totally fine. So I got my 1st and 3rd choice back. Like I said, it was really hard for me to choose that order, and I was totally happy with my 3rd house. Yeah, I got my houses back. You go to preference round, and these are the longest rounds, and it's also a really long day, but you're able to go back to your dorm during this round because there's only 2 events for the whole day, and like you could literally have one house at 10 a.m. and then the next one at 6 p.m. And also I want to add, when you open up your envelope for preference round and for each round, honestly, don't compare with the person sitting next to you. Don't talk about it. It's going to be hard if someone wasn't invited back to a house and you got that one. Or say you're upset that you got a house back and someone else is super excited. You just don't want to ruin it for anyone, and you just don't want to compare. But yeah, I just remember being especially nervous to open my envelope on the preference round day. But anyways, I had one house early in the day, and then I had one house later at night. And you're in those houses for a super long time. You're in there for like an hour or maybe more. You don't have your phone on you, so you don't really have a concept of time, but preference round is when you're in there the longest and you're having really meaningful conversations and you're really getting to know each other and why they chose why they chose their sorority. As you can tell, I'm in Pi Phi. Go Pi Phi. But yeah, you should have really good clarity after you go to the 2 houses of which one you want to be in. And after you go to the 2 houses, you will go to the basketball arena, and that is when you put your preference. So you put which house you want to be in, number 1, and then number 2. Or it could just be one house, either one. So this is when order really does matter. In a perfect scenario, hopefully you are happy with both houses. If not, it's okay, it works out. And after you put your preference, you're gonna leave the basketball arena, and you're probably just gonna be really relieved that you don't have to go into any more houses for recruitment. And you're probably gonna be exhausted because you're gonna think, what did I just go through? But it's okay. Pretty sure that's on a Friday. So then all of Saturday we had off. I don't know if this is the same for every school, but at TCU, Saturday was reserved for freshman activities. I was a sophomore rushing, so I kind of had a day to chill, which was super clutch. But since they put a day between PREF and bid day, you're honestly gonna be thinking about it like all day. It's honestly like a little bit cruel that they make you wait a day because you're just so impatient and you want to find out which sorority you're in, and I don't know, it just feels like such a long drawn out process if I'm being honest. But anytime you go anywhere during recruitment, you have to wear this big pin that says Go Greek, and I wish I still had mine, but if you go to the store, if you go eat on campus, you have to wear the Go Greek pin because that will make sure that people in sororities don't go and talk to you because that's not allowed. And so then bid day, it's in the afternoon at TCU. You have the whole morning, you get ready, you have to wear a white tank top or t-shirt because your sorority is going to give you a shirt. And then we went into this big ballroom and you get in circles with your rogam group and you have to sit on top of your bid for like an hour, and it feels brutal because you literally have an envelope that says which sorority you're in and you are just sitting on top of it, and you watch this little video and then you find out what sorority your rogams are in, and then they count down and you all open up your bids all at once. I feel like it took me forever because I could just like not open the envelope, and you just hear so much screaming, and if you are headache prone, it is just not a great place to be because it's a lot of girls screaming. And then in the ballroom you all run to your sororities. Each one is like camped out in a a corner on the sides, and you find everyone else in your pledge class. And then this is something that I don't like that TCU does. They call sororities out individually, and then you run out to the commons, and I don't know, it just like doesn't feel right to me. I feel like this is probably like a safety issue or something, but if it were my way, I feel like it'd be really cool to have everyone just like run to their own sorority houses and not make anyone wait. But yeah, when your sorority is called, you guys all walk downstairs from the ballroom, you guys all run out to the commons to your sorority, and there's people holding your sign and screaming. Like, don't get me wrong, it was super exciting and fun and everything, but I feel like bid day is definitely hyped up to be some insane thing, and I just didn't really know anyone yet because like you literally got to the school a week ago. So yeah, if your bid day is not everything that you were hoping for it to be, it's okay. You will most likely end up loving your sorority. It's just a lot of girls at once and a lot of noise and a lot of singing, and yeah, I was just overwhelmed because I was just so exhausted from the whole week, and I was like still kind of processing that I transferred. And but yeah, if you feel overwhelmed on bid day, it's okay. You're probably just tired and haven't processed everything, but it's super fun, and you meet your friends and you go on a bus to your location for bid day, and it's super fun. Everything's decorated, you get food, then you go back to the sorority house that night, or at least we did. And yeah, that's my sorority recruitment experience. I did not get into advice or anything too deep, but that is just walking through what happened and the whole process, because I had no idea what to expect. So I hope that if you are coming to TCU, that this video pretty much tells you exactly what you're going to be going through unless anything changes this year. But yeah, that is my experience. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it didn't overwhelm you, because I promise you it will work out. There's nothing to be stressed out about. It's just a very weird process, and yeah. But yeah, that is all for today. Please comment any questions down below. Follow me on Instagram. I would love to have you there. And make sure you subscribe, because there are a ton of sorority recruitment rush videos coming, and I don't want you to miss any of them. And this is just the beginning. I feel like there is a lot to come. But I love you all so much, and I will see you guys in my next video.